Hi, it's Jay from the Football Sonar, and today I'll be going over my Premier League Match Week 13 predictions. There's a few interesting fixtures this week, so let's get straight into it. The first of 3 o'clock kickoffs on Saturday sees Brentford host Burnley. Brentford sit 13th in the table, bolstering an impressive home form with 4 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw. They face a Burnley side that sits 19th with an abysmal away form, winning 1 out of their 6 games. Brentford have scored 1.5 average goals per game, and that's largely thanks to Igor Thiago. He's netted 9 in 12, and he's been impressive for them this season. Burnley, on the other hand, have struggled defensively, conceding 2 goals on average. And I see those struggles continuing in this fixture, as I've got Brentford winning 3-1 at home. Next, we see Man City host Leeds United. Man City sit 3rd in the table, having lost their last 2 games, but they have an impressive home form, winning 5 out of the 6. Leeds, on the other hand, have lost 4 out of their last 5 and have a horrid away form, losing 5 out of the last 6. City have relied heavily this season on Erling Haaland to score, averaging 2 goals per game, whereas Leeds have looked void of any creative spark, scoring less than a goal per game. But if they are to get anything from this fixture, I see Sean Longstaff playing a pivotal role, as he's been a shining light in the poor Leeds United team. However, I see this game being pretty comfortable for Man City, having predicted them to win 4-0. Sunderland host Bournemouth at the Stadium of Light, with both teams sitting next to each other in the table. Sunderland have failed to lose this season at home, whereas Bournemouth have lost 3 out of their 6 games away. Bournemouth are expecting to have star player Antoine Semenyo back after injury, and they look a completely different side with him in, averaging 1.58 goals scored this season. Sunderland, however, have looked solid, especially at home, conceding less than a goal per game. I see this fixture being a stalemate between the 2 talented sides, and I predict a 1-1 draw. Next, we see Everton host Newcastle. Everton, who sit 11th in the table, are another team that has failed to lose at home this season. But Newcastle also have an impressive away form, only having lost once. Everton will have to rely heavily on Ndiaye for a creative spark, as their striking options have failed to deliver this season. Newcastle's Harvey Barnes has been in impressive form this season, especially in his recent games, having scored or assisted in his past 4. I struggle to see how Everton will create that many chances against a good Newcastle defence, and I see Newcastle being able to get a goal and win 1-0. The 8 o'clock kickoff sees Tottenham face Fulham. Spurs, who sit 9th in the table, strangely have a terrible home form, only winning 1 this season, but they face a Fulham side that has struggled away, not having won a single game. It's the first time since his departure that João Palhinha will face his former club. He's been an important player for them this season in midfield, and I believe he'll play a pivotal role in Tottenham's win. Fulham have struggled to score this season, and I see that being the same for today's game, as I've predicted them to lose 2-1 to Spurs. The first of 5 fixtures to be played on Sunday sees an exciting clash between Crystal Palace and United. Palace, who sit 5th, are another team that hasn't lost at home this season, and they face United's side that has struggled, only winning 1 away from home. I believe this game will be won by the battle in midfield, and Adam Wharton will play a vital role for Crystal Palace in that area. United have relied heavily this season on Bryan Mbeumo for attacking outlet, as he won last month's Player of the Month. I believe that Palace will retain their undefeated record at home with a hard-fought 1-1 draw. Next, we see Villa host Wolves. Villa, who sit 4th in the table, have won 4 out of their last 5 and have made Villa Park a fortress. Rodgers has been in impeccable form recently, having turned around his poor start to the season. Wolves have looked nothing short of embarrassing this season, sitting last in the table and looking content with relegation. I'd see this game being an easy 3-0 victory for Villa. Nottingham Forest will face Brighton. Forest, who sit 16th in the table, had a poor start to the season, but recently have not lost in their last 5 games. Brighton have been impressive this season, sitting 6th, but their form has been sporadic, and their away form is nothing short but terrible, having lost 4 games. Forest are likely to be without captain Morgan Gibbs-White, so they'll rely heavily on Elliot Anderson for the creative spark in their team, getting the game ticking. And I believe this game will be an important turning point in Nottingham Forest this season, predicting them to win 2-1 at home. The penultimate game sees West Ham hosting a struggling Liverpool. West Ham, who sit 17th in the table, had an uninspiring start to the season, but recently have picked up form. On the other hand, Liverpool are in terrible form, having lost their last 3 games. Manager Arne Slot is under immense pressure from fans to perform. The Hammers captain Jarrod Bowen has been immense in turning West Ham's season around, with his drive and attitude being a core reason for this. Majority of Liverpool fans agree that Szoboszlai has been their most important player this season, and the only one that can hold their head up high. With both teams having the ability to score, but also looking vulnerable at the back, I see this being a high scoring fixture, but I don't see Liverpool winning. I see it being a 2-2 draw. The last and probably most important game sees Chelsea host Arsenal in a top of the table clash. Both teams come into this fixture with impressive form, not losing in their last 5 games. I think if Chelsea are to get any success in this game, they need to be able to disrupt Arsenal's tempo and control over the midfield. And to do so, they need Caicedo to be on his top game. There's been a lot of discourse online between who's the better player out of Caicedo and Rice, and I believe this game would be great in showcasing the battle between the two. Both teams score nearly on average 2 goals a game and concede less than 1. However, with Arsenal's superior defensive capabilities, I believe they'll be able to nullify Chelsea's attack. And although Chelsea have been better defensively at set pieces, I think that Arsenal will be able to exploit it. With that being said, I believe that Arsenal will be able to get the 2-0 victory away from home and extend the lead in the table. So that's it for my Premier League predictions. Let me know what you agreed with and which ones you disagreed with. And if there's any way I'm making my videos better, let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more daily content. See you next time.